guess all the people are wanting us to talk wrestling, getting text all over. Hopefully we are live. I think I got the yep. YouTube says we're live, so that's what the assistant ranker is here. All Carol kids are number one.
That's what it sounds like.
No.
Only certain ones.
Only certain ones. Dane was supposed to stop again. He's the first one to comment, but he is playing Uber driver tonight between all of Fort Wayne.
I was on the Dane and Rex High School Wrestling Weekly last night.
Yes, you got in. But I think I'm supposed to be going this weekend. I guess I get to go in person.
I didn't even know I was on the intro. They said, "Have you listened to the new intro?" I said, "Nope." I go right to the first period, and then I listened to it after the show, and I guess they use a cut from when I was on there.
Yeah, I mean, you don't warm up, do you? You're not the type that warmed up. You just showed up right at the mat.
Right there. Yeah, Dane's pretty thorough in his notes and everything. He has a pretty good schedule. He likes to ask the hard-hitting questions. So he likes to put me on the spot. I always want to text him on the side, like, bro, man, give me a heads up.
Give me a list of the questions you're going to ask. So before we start too much, we are sponsored by Contenders. So
we are even. Them. I didn't wear my Contenders hoodie. We did the Step Brothers last week.
Yeah, yes. So yes, and thanks to J Mill for that correlation.
The guys in the Eastern time zone send me messages, forgetting that I'm in the Central time zone. That 4:30 text was great.
Well, you think about it and think, oh, I got a text. Yeah, I try to at least wait till about 7:30 my time.
Well, like dude, I have to keep a work phone out at all times in case there's an emergency. So when something goes off, I'm a light sleeper.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Especially right now, a little bit busy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The work's kind of busy.
We did Thanksgiving last year. We can't do that 2 years in a row, but we got even a better one this week.
I think so. Yeah. I'm wearing my gift from my brother. They didn't get their faces as good as ours. John Morrison, Andrew Howe here. Andrew, I think they did my guy dirty. I don't think his neck's that long, is it?
No, it's that wide. It's just not that long. But they had to make him taller than Morrison, I guess.
Yeah,
so they just extended that.
So this was the shirt I was gonna wear last week, and then I forgot we got Contenders did the sponsorship. So I was like, oh man, I got to throw my Contenders hoodie on. Yeah.
So I guess we're gonna have a couple new number ones this week.
Yeah, it's looking that way.
Yeah. This, magazines, the physical magazines just got shipped today to me, so I will hopefully get them out this weekend. But, so they're already pretty much, they were preseason rankings for a reason.
Yeah. Coach Swain wanted to have this little event where they're going to get a bunch of number one ranked guys in there, and some of those guys were going to lose. So
yeah.
Some of the guys were going to lose weights, and we already had an injury. So, possibly 2 injuries, so tough start of the year for the rankings.
Yeah, rankings are not. Usually the preseason rankings are usually a little bit more accurate than even like mid-season or end of season rankings, just because you have a little bit more data you work with, and you're not like stuck to just doing results.
Well, and we kind of talked about it last week too. Like, I really do think the depth in Indiana is really, really impressive. I thought, like, even doing them today, as like I'm seeing more like weight shifts, like 1 through like 7 probably has been pretty good. Like, I think there's a lot of guys in that area right there that could win it.
Yeah.
Like obviously you have some guys that are multiple time champs for a reason, but in some of those weights where you maybe have a one-time champ, or you have guys that haven't won a title, there's 5 or 6 people that I think are in contention for sure.
Thomas, Eric, money talks. We'll talk about anything. You can do like super chats and stuff in the on YouTube.
I keep telling Eric we're gonna link him in. I just don't really know how to do that. I'm making promises I really don't know how to do.
Should I tell you or should I just not tell you?
Oh, I mean, you could tell him how to do it. Like I told you,
I
like,
did you send him that link that I send you.
oh no, I didn't do that. I could do that. Then he
I
cuts
don't
in.
have to prove him, but
I mean, I told you that one day I was at work. I was answering magazine questions and put my headset on.
yes.
Well, this is IndianaMat. Mike Reiser speaking. How can I help you?
So we got the Hall of Famer Rex Brewers in the house. Brett Smith.
Yeah.
got all the celebrities in the house today.
No, I think I'm gonna have to make it out to the Double Eagle to try this bologna sandwich. When are you going? You're going on Sunday?
I think so. I think that's when I got invited. I have to check. Yeah, something like that.
Maybe I'll go. I'll have to see what we have going Sunday. We don't have practice this Sunday. Maybe I'll come out to the Double Eagle, show up. I mean, it's a far drive there and a far drive back for a bologna sandwich. But
didn't you say you're going to be in Fort Wayne on one weekend in like January?
I'm going to be in Fort Wayne in January. I can tell you what day right now. That'd be good. I think last year was. I think you guys went to the games afterwards when we. That was the same weekend as Team State.
Yes.
It might be the same weekend again. Let's look. I'll be in Fort Wayne January 9th.
That is Team State weekend.
Team State weekend. Maybe I'll head up there and hang out. I mean, I don't know if maybe I won't go to Team State. I'm going to be coaching. I heard Ball State got their first verbal commit.
Yeah, that's the rumor on the street.
Tulsa champ, right?
Yep, gonna get that club program. The NWCA better watch out.
Not a bad verbal.
Yeah,
I didn't know if they threw him like a Cardinals T-shirt after he won Tulsa.
Yeah. So yeah, if you did not check out, I had an article up yesterday about all of the ranked matchups with the upsets. Very informative, boys and girls. Lots of upsets. I know both you and Razzo have some work to do. Some reconfiguring of weights.
Are those upsets? I feel like early on, I don't know. They're all upsets like that.
I mean, a 3-over-2, one, 2-over-1 or whatever. Those aren't upsets when they all have that kind of their credentials. Obviously, the rankings are numbers. You got to put them in some sort of number order. So, I guess we can talk a little bit about the Curry Clash as we're trying to get it rebranded. Hopefully that works. Hopefully we can get it rebranded for them.
You get some naming rights on that, some NIL or what?
Yeah, I just rebrand for free. I like, I did the graphics. Those are absolutely awesome.
My boy Ben Dalton in the house.
Oh,
I didn't even tell you. Me and Ben Dalton were hanging out the high school state championship game this year.
Nice.
Benny's out there driving 16-wheelers.
I'm not surprised. Where is the Curry Clash on so that I can go over it? There, Center Grove Classic, Curry Clash. Brackets 106. Alex Huddleston, not Alec Huddleston, as I had. No one from the Brownsburg area could email or text or send a message. So that's corrected now. Over Big Joe Hamilton.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit of upset too. Rankings upset.
Yeah. Huddleston's had a pretty good career, just a little bit undersized, and I think the word is he is in triple digits now, so that'll be good for him.
Yeah, I think that was tough. I mean, multiple time Triple Crown winner growing up, but just size-wise, I was holding him back. Obviously, he's in a ridiculously good room too. I mean, you had the state champ ahead of you last year. Not if you're gonna be behind somebody, I guess it's the state champ.
Yeah, last 2 years, state champions there, 106. So yeah, so he's gonna do pretty good at 106 for them. We'll talk about 106 rankings maybe later. 113 was the weight class to watch. We heard late in the week that Connor Maddox was going to move up, struggling with weight a little bit. man, that weight was deep. You have Kellen Chef, who got knocked out of regional in a really loaded regional, and he was the fifth seed. Drew Heisler, who's a really good wrestler, was the sixth seed. Deacon Gibbs, a real good freshman. He was, that, and Braden. I mean, the top 8 there were just loaded. I mean,
I was talking to Troy Hahn Friday or Thursday. I think it was Friday. So he was driving down, but I mean, those are guys that you could see on the stand. Like Heisler's going to be in the mix at Fort Wayne. Morrow will be in the mix at Newcastle. Obviously, Maddox is really good. He's going to be at Newcastle. Ducking and Brown. Chef won got put out at the regional, right? Won everything this summer. Freshman, sophomore, won every ISWA. Beat guys that had medals. I know we were at Folkstyle State. He had knocked off a medalist there. Not going to say who. I know, out of respect. But then you throw in the mix Deacon Gibbs, which was a really cool event that you were able to bring guys that were your varsity too there and get them some work. Deacon Gibbs, obviously behind a state champ. Braden Head, I believe he's a semi-state ticket rounder, maybe first rounder last year for Westfield, behind Maddox.
Yeah,
Boss too, man. We got celebrities in the group chat.
I know, big week. So that's a real good weight class.
Maddox showed out, man. Maddox looked good.
Yeah, yes, he did. I mean, he didn't just beat Brown. He majored him 13-4. Then beat Ducking 7-2. That's pretty good. And considering he was probably thinking about making 106 at some point last week, that's not bad.
Well, he made a pretty good run at Super 32. I know he wrestled under Maurer Coughlin a lot this year, so I don't know I don't know the distance between Westfield and where Maurer Coughlin's based out of in Evansville, or if they have a northern one. But it looks like he's done a lot of improving in his game, because I believe that Maddox Brown match at Al Smith was pretty tight. And then obviously Ducking was state champ.
Yeah, so he placed at Super 32 in Fargo, so he's had a real good year summer, and obviously, I mean, that's probably a good 2 to 3 hour drive one way to Evansville from Westfield. Westfield's in the worst possible spot. I mean, you've been there plenty of times. That is like, you're like, oh, we're going to Indy, but like, there's no easy way to get there from.
I was just my buddy's lives there. He was trying to find somewhere for a son to wrestle, and I was like, oh, you should go to Contenders. He's like, the South Side's so far. I work a lot. My wife and I will look at the northern, the north side Contenders. I'm trying to get him in to go there, but he lives in Westfield. It's a weird. You are right. It's a weird spot. But man, congratulations to Maddox. That's pretty good. I think that he's gonna have a good year.
Yeah, it should be. It's gonna be fun to watch that weight class. Maddox will possibly see Brown at Al Smith, Brown and Ducking. And actually, Westfield's at Team State too, so you'll see the top 3 there at Team State possibly.
And Maddox is also at Ironman too.
Yep, and so all 3 of those guys should be at Ironman.
I wonder if he'll do 6 at Ironman.
It depends on, because the way they do it, there's always like a 6-pound allowance. And I mean, it's usually like 2 or 3 pound allowance to start. And I don't know. They always have someone has wrestled within the past 2 weeks, and they're like, oh, 2 pounds. So
I used to be East Chicago Central at the Harvest Classic right after Thanksgiving for us. Shout out to the EC Cardinals, bro. Always wrestling like a Chicago City school Friday before Harvest Classic.
Taking one for the team and just saying, hey, we're gonna help everybody out.
Bobby Joe and the boys helping everybody out.
Yes. Yeah. So well, according to Carver, he says he's going back down to 6. So that's, I mean,
he's in the know.
Took out 1 and 2. I don't know why I'd cut the weight, but obviously they have Head who's there. I don't know if he can make 6 or not. So
I mean, I thought I don't know if they're younger Head. I think they're both sophomores, right? Charlie Head was at 6. Yeah. Cut him right out of the lineup, man.
Yeah, I cut someone's head off. Jokes are free on Mondays.
20 Bell and Shetley rematch of state finals. That was a really good match.
Shutley got that takedown, and it's like, oh no, and then Bell rode him out in the second period.
He ended up getting the takedown and then riding him for the entire third, right?
Yeah.
You got it probably about a minute left. They didn't have the score on there. Shout out to Eric for streaming, right? Was that Eric that was doing the stream?
Yeah, that was thankfully we got a stream. We were a little late to the party. I just assumed they were going to stream, and I was about ready to make the drive, maybe next year.
At 57, I was listening to it, and they're like, man, that sounds a pretty biased announcer. And I was like, I don't know if he's announcing legitimately or is just on his phone streaming for everybody. He's doing that Hawk Harrelson.
Yeah. The refs are trying to screw. Yeah. It was on the Center Grove Wrestling Club account, so it's going to be a little bit biased.
Yeah. So. Hey, doesn't make me lose any sleep. I was just if you weren't part of the know, you're just like, man, that seems like it's pretty one-sided.
Yeah, good match. Bell got third period takedown when he needed it. Good. He rode him out in the second period. It was one of those where it was a tough position to be for a ref. There wasn't a whole lot going on, and he did get dinged for stalling once. But that was it was an interesting match. Obviously, you could see that again at State under the lights. Hopefully, where those two will be under lights again. Would not want that to be a semifinals match.
It could be. 120 is a stacked weight class. I was just talking to someone that's a lot of medals and a lot of high level guys in that weight class. Obviously we have Carver in there who just won Tulsa. Bell is a returning champ. Shutley's a champ. Verduzco's a semifinalist. Won IHPO 2 years ago.
It's pretty good weight class with some. One senior and a bunch of freshmen and sophomores really.
Bridge was under the lights. Wicker has a medal. Josiah Stanton's a really good freshman. Mom knows a little bit about softball, which is, I'm trying to, work that angle, trying to get a scholarship.
That was a 3-time NCAA D1 qualifier. So, yeah.
So that's going to be a really good weight class. It's always 120 is always one of those weights that you get that catch-all. Some guys return at 120. You get some guys nice. Randy Baker in the house, 4-time Al first. I think he's the first 4-time Al Smith champ.
Yes, first 4-time Al Smith champ.
Beat my boy Kevin Patrick Friday night at State his senior year. Shout out to my boy KP. But yeah, Shelly's a gamer, man. I know. I feel like over all the guys that are at that level, I feel like he gets overlooked a little bit. Maybe we don't talk about Roncalli enough, but I feel like he always finds a way. He found out. I think a lot of people had Verduzco beating him last year in the semis. He found a way to win. The match last year in the finals with Bell was close. I thought he was going to win this one. As I was watching it, and then Bell, Bell's a gamer. Obviously, he pulled it out, and winners find ways to win. But that's going to be a good little rivalry there. So
yeah, I'm excited to. I wish you could say that they'd be wrestling again somewhere, but I do not believe they'll see each other till State. It was good for them to. Could possibly see, bookends for the year. Those two wrestling in good matches. So
does Roncalli and Cathedral wrestle each other in a duel? They should have that, right?
I think they do. Yes, pretty.
That should be a standing duel every year.
Yes, battle for God's love.
Yeah, man. For sure. I don't know. I was listening to Rex sent me the Belmont Braves intro. They do the Sunday Night Football, what school they're from. A lot of Lutheran school kids going to Belmont. That might be the one we need. We might need the Catholic schools versus the Lutheran school.
Ooh, that's a good rivalry.
Yeah, the Battle of the Reformation.
Yes. So 126.
Last I see him.
So 126, another great weight class. Dom Brown versus Blake Getz. Getz with the 4-1 win.
Yeah, another guy a little bit overlooked, right? Gamer Blake Getz. Dom Brown was having a really good summer.
Yes, he did. Yeah, he had a real good summer. Always one that's not got back down from the competition, and that was little bit of an upset there. Getz was what number?
I mixed it all up. I'm not even sure anymore.
He was number 4. So 4/2. Not a crazy big upset, but yeah.
I mean, good match. I mean, that could be a state semifinals match possibly.
Yep.
I mean, for 126 ranking, and shout out to Ryan Hockaday, huge win over Jet McGuire on what was that, Wednesday night or whenever their first
Wednesday
duel.
night.
Hockaday just continually getting better. Had a really good summer. That's a huge win over a returning a medalist from 2 years ago. I mean, he ran into Getz here. Obviously, Getz is pretty good, but I mean, I don't know, not to break down the fourth wall, as they say, but we're kind of in a weird spot. Like, I know there's some injuries, and we're thinking about pulling some guys out of the rankings. We wanted the initial rankings to be closer to what they were going to be, and then some guys that are going to be out for a little bit. I know, like 26 is one of those spots. We're thinking about switching some stuff around because there is guys like Ryan Hockaday who's getting wins. That's going to be in the lineup for a while. We were trying to find ways to see it, like where Brownsburg or that varsity 2 would be. Another legend in the chat here. Moving number 1.
Man, that's Legends Night. I didn't know we designated this as Legends Night.
They're all trying to see these matchups, top 5 matchups. So I think, I mean, and people can put their opinion. I don't know. I know you and I have different opinions, right? So yeah. I thought about, like, I know, like, Revan's going to be out for a little bit, and obviously he's a 3-time champ. I don't think that it's going to hurt their feelings that he's not the number 1 guy until he gets back on the mat. But I think that gives some guys some recognition, like Ryan Hockaday, who probably deserves to be. Like, he's probably a top 10 guy right now after that win over Jet McGuire.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So, yeah, we'll discuss it more. And I don't know, can you put polls on the – can you put polls on here? I don't know if I can do that.
Top 10. I just looked at a top 5 guy right now after that win over Jet McGuire. Yeah, so leave a comment if you guys want us, if you guys think that's stupid or what. If you guys think it's dumb, I'm sure half the people will let us know.
No, I think you can only do that on YouTube.
Someone that's watching right now for free will tell us that we're going to do that for clicks so we can get more money.
Yes. So 132. Let's pull that one up. 32. Royce Malone over Jack Richardson. Another good match there. Malone looked real good. 14-1 in the championship.
I know we talked about it a little bit last week too. Royce Malone looked really good at Super 32. Had a really good win over a Fargo All-American from Illinois. Real scrappy kid. I really do think that's a good spot for him. Yeah,
definitely. And I know he was a little bit lower last year and kind of came up. Homestead, the Fighting Oberlins, as Rex would say. Hunter Douglas over Landon. Whoa. You went off.
Yeah, what? For some reason, my internet went off. I think they didn't want to hear that.
Yeah.
$7 million so we can keep the bills on, guys.
Your internet does not like Andy Oberlin. Wow. So Hunter Douglas, 4-2 over Landon Haynes. Good win for him. Good to see a team like Homestead there taking their kids. Some of them got, they had one champion. They had some other guys in the finals. Had a good day. I mean, pretty solid day. They have a fairly young team compared to last year, and good to see them going after that competition, repping the Wayne. So good win for Douglas, and good start.
I was kind of talking about it a little bit on the High School Wrestling Weekly yesterday. I know that Andy was a little upset that he didn't get that last vote-in spot, or Homestead didn't get that last vote-in spot last year. Then they ended up getting in. But I think he's done everything in his power to get those opportunities, getting an event like that. I believe that they're at the Al Smith now, like getting it, like more stuff like that. I think that's one of those things that you're going to do. Yeah. Ulrich did have a nice day at 32. I was going to say that, but my internet cut out. I actually talked for about 3 minutes until I realized that I wasn't. Beat Kyle Riley from Plainfield 9-3, who had a really good year last year. Then just the weight class. I'm happy that he's at least at 32 because I think that cut to 13 was really tough for him.
Yeah. One thing, as you said, the Al Smith, I believe Sandiford told me that there's still someone back is out of it and they didn't realize it, and I believe there might be an opening. So if you want to hop
someone
in,
just asked me too. Rochester, can we get you on the phone or what? Maybe it was Travis.
I can. I think I know their head coach.
They got a pretty good squad. I think they would have for a smaller school. They're pretty stacked.
Yeah. So maybe we just get invite one per weight class.
Yeah, done that before. We did that one time, and we got some hate mail. But it sounds like the Carnahan's going to move forward with that event. Same way. I like that.
Yeah, so that'll be interesting. I know we were talking about that last week. So yeah. Anyway, so yes, Callan had a good day. I know him, know the family. That was a good win early on, definitely, and it's good to have those types of kids that come in after a year on JV and do well at a tournament like that with a lot of big names. So number 1 versus number 1 here. Reynolds, we had him at 38. He's going to be at 44, it appears. He won him versus Hornsby. Great match. Those two got after it. They scrapped. And Reynolds came away the winner. They're going to hit a couple more times, most likely. Definitely worth. I mean, I'll take that match. If I'd drive all that way just to see that match again.
They say he had like a 7-pointer, right? For the dub.
Yeah. So.
I mean, even the semis there, Reigns and Kemp, both really good wrestlers there. I mean, that was a 3rd and 4th place match. Those guys are in the rankings. Dalton Jones, a really tough freshman from Plainfield in the mix also. Told you it was a gift. That's the guy, man.
He even looks like you. He takes a lot of rankings heat for you.
He does.
He's your stunt double. So yeah, a good win for Reynolds, and obviously Hornsby. They could see each other.
I was about to say Ratliff at 65 matches. No, I think there were some really good matches there. I heard my brother had Mrs. B confused when we were at IHPO.
Yeah, yes. The best was when Dustin and I got a picture with him and sent it to the group chat, and no one said anything. No one's like, "Oh, hey, the group's back together. That's cool."
We try to give him as much IndianaMat gear so he could pass it off a little bit.
Yeah. So you always send him into like the bars and stuff at state to see if he gets beat up, and that's your sign.
He's tough, man. They ain't beating him up. He's a little bit taller than I am. He's pretty tough.
Yeah. We heard a rumor that you're taller in person than you are here.
I know. Like, I don't know how the size of me sitting in a chair in front of a camera, I'm not really sure. Oh, nice. That is a good one. Freshman Jerry Guevara.
Yeah.
Oh,
nice.
I thought I didn't see that result.
Was that on my list? Let's see.
You do that. Tommy Gibb over Marcus Malone. Fall. Tommy Gibb obviously continuing to be a force at 150. 150 is going to be a good weight class. It'll be interesting to see if people end up moving out of that weight, just because, I mean, you got a couple guys with Fargo hardware there, handful of other guys with medals.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting to see how that, because when I was doing that preview, I was like, man, this weight's loaded. And 57 doesn't quite have as much of the depth. It's still a good weight class. There's no question.
So we'll have a new number 1 at 38.
Yes.
Braylon will be up at 44. He beat Sandusky at I thought Sandusky was at 57. I have to look that up. 157. Good match. Parker Reynolds, William Vanderloo Guerin, 9-8, like Vanderloo Guerin, 3 takedowns in the 3rd.
Yeah.
Reynolds was up 5-0, and then they cut him to get him all the way back up to 8. Parker looked like he ran out of gas there in the 3rd. That's tough, man. Like that's where you go with those matches early on, right? Vander
Yeah.
Garen's a gamer. I know he was one of the guys last year that reversed a loss from Al Smith. He beat Van Ticho and Center Grove beat Crown Point at the team state. So I know that's a guy that's tough to wrestle. He's a gamer. I don't believe he's a qualifier, right? Just to my state guy.
He qualified 2 years ago.
Okay.
Yes.
Tough. I mean, I know Reynolds had hurt his knee at grappler. I don't know how much he's been practicing coming back, but you step on the mat, you got to go. And Lando Luguer, shout out to him, man. He's going to mix up the rankings. Obviously, we're going to have a new number 1 at 157. He might freak with the McDonald's. So
yeah, that's
those guys hit a couple more times possibly too.
Yeah, it's interesting. I haven't talked with Swain or Snyder in particular. Just to say, what was the reasoning behind this? Because I know Snyder, they never used to wrestle before Thanksgiving, and I don't know. It's maybe I'll have to give him a call here and just see what he's thinking. It's always interesting hearing what they think about how they're thinking about things and how they change in their opinions, because it was always interesting. Like, man, how do you go a month of not competing, not seeing that light at the end of the tunnel of something to train for? And did Swain send them some money, or how do they get them in there? And the same thing for Swain. But I think in the end, I think it's gonna be great for all those kids.
Yeah,
because they're gonna see that good. They're gonna get really good matches to start the year. Now they have about 3 weeks, I think, to train for Ironman. And I think that's going to be a good, okay, this is where I'm at right now. I got 3 weeks to peak for Ironman. And I think that I hope that's good for the kids in general that are all going to Ironman. I know Center Grove's been really close to hasn't had a place for the past 2 years. I'm sure that is eating at Swain and Curry and the whole coaching staff. And they have kids that are very, very capable of placing there.
Scrappy, man. The one year they had like a handful of guys in the blood round. I don't know what Will's gonna, if he's trying to wrestle in college or not, but I think that's a kind of match that you go out there and beat a D1 recruit that you could possibly, turn some heads and start getting a little bit more traction of whatever you're gonna look for, right?
Yeah.
Especially, this guy, Parker had some good wins. I know he beat Heeg at Ironman last year. That's a really good match. I think that's a better weight for Vander Luguer. Also, I think he was up at 65 last year, so 57 is probably more of a natural weight for him.
Yeah, he was up in that one because he was down. Was he down at 57 last year for Team State?
Team State, yeah. I think they were like switching him and Stitz for matchups, but tough wrestler, knows how to use his length. Gives you a different look, scrappy, and obviously, like in those matches where you're trying to gut it out, he got a takedown with about 30 seconds left, or maybe less. I mean, there wasn't a timer on there, but 3 takedowns in the third on a defending state champion. That's to show some guts, man. That was a good match.
Yeah, good win for him, and kind of one of those. I know as a coach, you get a kid to get that signature win, and you're like, yes, you're finally you believe in the kid, what he's capable of, and he kind of showed that there, and that could be just one of those times where he just starts believing in himself. And one of the scariest things as a coach that a kid can have at 15, 16, 17, 18 years old is confidence. If they think they're the baddest dude in the room, that's a scary thing. That's going to make him, that could get him to a different level that all the coaches and everyone else kind of thought he could get to.
Yeah, I think, and I think Coach Swain, and maybe it's someone on the staff, I don't know. I'm sure he would defer to the entire staff, but those guys do a good job of getting those guys ready for big matches.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think that those guys tend to step up in those moments, and like you've seen it last year at Team State, you've seen it Friday night at State. They've had good showing. They've had guys in the ticket round where maybe they weren't the favorite and they've pulled their way through. So those guys have really done a good job.
Yeah.
And, like 100%, both of you guys are right. Like, that's a huge turn for him. And, I'm sure those guys will see each other again, but I mean, early on, they're not going to see each other for a couple of weeks at least.
Yeah.
Maybe regionals for sure. Maybe at Ironman, but
Team State So
you think that was probably the biggest upset, like ranking wise? I mean, obviously there's some unranked guys that got wins, but like a one going down. I think what was he ranked in the? He was probably right around 10, right?
he was
8,
I think it was 7, if I'm not mistaken. 11, sorry.
11. Yeah, so that's a pretty big jump. Shout out to Will.
He was 11 at 165. So
let's get him some socks or something. Let's get some IndianaMat socks for the rest of the week.
We do have an idea for something like that. So, and I about pulled the trigger on it.
Well, probably Counter Maddox would probably have to be the wrestler of the week, right? He beat a runner-up and a champ.
Oh, there's about 6 of them I could say from that tournament.
Yeah. 11 versus 1.
Yep. Do we need to talk about 65? Just skip over that.
Yeah, because I thought that was a pretty good match too. How about Robbie Leahy coming out and beating Cohen Davis, and then Ratliff and Leahy was a really good match. I'm not gonna lie, I thought that Ratliff was gonna kind of roll him. I mean, he had a fall and a tech fall, and then Leahy's kind of one of the forgotten guys on Brownsburg's team, especially like in a momentum thing. You just see a guy in your room that you probably train with go down, and then come out. And he had a lead, and Ratliff had to come from behind to get that dub. So gamer, man.
Yep, good one for Ratliff. But Leahy's one of those guys that Brownsburg's kind of lacked a kid that's been able to not a superstar, but pushing through right there in those weights. And I think that was a good win, good day for him, kind of showing that he improved a lot. Yes, he had some good wins over the spring and summer that showed that he might have jumped a couple of levels, and wrestling with a kid that has a state medal, that shows that he's going to be there.
You probably had to wrestle several guys with state medals in that room every day.
Yeah.
But I mean, Asher's a really good wrestler for Columbus North. I think that's a good spot for him. It'll be interesting to see the movement there too if he stays at 65. He's gonna be right in the mix. 65 is pretty tough too. We were talking about it before with Staples and those guys.
Yeah, that's a good weight. When you have Staples and Beck, Ratliff, Van Tichel, Kincaid. Yeah, that's a good one.
I always got to give Asher Ratliff the shout out from 2 years ago when he won the semi-state, and I did not pick him to win the semi-state. I felt bad, not as bad as Dustin, because obviously they're boys and he didn't pick him either.
Yeah,
but yeah, no, he's a gamer, man. I think he's a guy that any given weekend he can come up and make a run for a state title.
Yep.
If he has that same semi-state weekend that he had 2 years ago at the state finals, I wouldn't be shocked to see him under the lights.
Yep. So 175, Sean Breedlove over MJ Michael Morton. By tech fall, he had 3 techs on the day, so pretty dominant. And he's a young guy that we had in the rankings early in his career. And obviously when you're wrestling up in 157, 168 and above, not easy as a freshman, and kind of showing that he belongs now.
And he's kind of been in some weird weights too, right? I think he wrestled heavy as a freshman, probably wrestled a little bit lighter last year, and then, probably 175 is a good spot for him. I think he wrestled 75 as a freshman, then wrestled 50 last year, and then went back to 75. So,
yeah, I think he's been one of those that at those schools like Center Grove where he doesn't get to dictate his weight class until probably this year. He's the one saying, "Hey, I'm going 75. You guys can figure out the rest once around me."
Yeah.
So
not a bad day. 21-5, 19-4, 21-5. I'm sure everyone would take that day. He got a lot of work in, and he got a lot of bonus points.
Yes, he did. And one thing
I was gonna say
that we didn't talk about is there are no team scores kept, which was good. Kind of kept the focus on the kids, and I think it put a little less pressure on the teams, and they're not looking at the team score. They're just looking to wrestle and get some wins, and especially team state wise stuff. Homestead's probably one that needs to get in there. I don't think anyone else is really looking at it, but it's not going to hurt you to not take a full lineup. It's not going to hurt you if a couple of your kids are up weight or in wrong weights, things like that. So that's
Nice.
a good idea from Coach Swain and them and whoever came up with that they only did with they no team scores. We don't care about winning this as a team, and we're gonna just go out there and wrestle.
It sounds like we'll also have a new number one at 175. We glazed over that. So,
Yes. Yeah.
So, I mean, Sean Breedlove will be right in the mix. I haven't done 175 yet. I'm doing about 2 every like 4 hours. So we'll have them by Wednesday. I'm taking Wednesday off work. I don't work on the Wednesday before Thanksgiving.
Yeah. So 175. If we get tickets to like a suite at any college football games, could help us out a little bit. Anyone know anybody?
Yeah. I would not turn those down.
So I think some people know. I mean, we do take bribes. I'm not gonna lie.
So now someone's gonna jump on there and say Joe's taking bribes, doesn't care about the sport anymore.
Yeah, hey, you take the bribe too.
I got this bribe shirt, bro.
Yeah.
I got a bribe green sweater and this shirt, and I got a Regent shirt from Hawkins about 10 years ago.
190, John Stryker from Westfield over Drew White of Plainfield. A little bit not as deep of a weight class, but a good win for Stryker. Having good guys up in the top.
Yeah,
it was good for them.
All majors.
215. Bring that up.
That was a wild match too. That was one of those matches I was watching. It was kind of back and forth, right? For about a minute and 42 seconds. That was a back and forth match.
Yeah, Miguel Flores over Johnny Bear. Man, that was a takedown penalty, reversal, and so yeah, a lot of scoring going on there. Miguel Flores. I know he had at Team State. He had a good. He didn't get pinned by somebody or didn't give up the major last year, and that's one of those things that's like, man, that's huge.
He's kind of been a guy that's got to jump all of their lineup too. I believe he's wrestled some heavyweights, some 75. I do got a high school wrestling. What is it? HHZHSW. You got to cut that down, man. Double HZH as double W. I got
type that fast.
Man, I'll mess that all up. Yeah, but that was a match that was, a minute 42 is exciting. Johnny Bear got a takedown, and then the penalties, and then you got a reversal and fall. So,
and then heavyweight Hamilton Southeastern, M. Gallon, Van Kirk, AW, as he's known by his friends. I like Amgallon.
We changed it in the ring. I told you, I said, man, this is too good of a name. And then we got a message like we need to change it back to AW, but I think we're gonna put the abbreviation in there. So that's like way too cool of a name. You got to have that on there.
And it's gonna screw up all my links when we import results too. Then so.
Well, I don't want to get to the state finals every now and then. You'll go to state finals, you'll find out someone's name's different than you've been saying their whole career. So.
Yeah. You get the cool government names. All of a sudden, that state they start using the government names.
I know, but he had a really good year last year as a freshman at heavyweight, and he beat a tough freshman who's a Apple Valley transfer, right?
Yeah, well, Wes Wolke. He was wrestled like 215. It wasn't. I don't know if he really was he had a lot of varsity matches, but I don't think he wrestled. I guess he did. So at the state series, but he was wrestling 215 as a freshman or as an 8th grader, which is not a place you want to wrestle as an 8th grader.
Yeah, they had a pretty good guy wrestling 215 as an 8th grader for them a couple years back. So yeah, I don't know if he's on that level, but
yeah, I think that guy won a state. that 215. No, he was runner up, I think.
Yeah, I thought he was like 3rd place as an 8th grader, then champ.
Yeah. So. Yeah, good. It'll be interesting to see, some of the new guys, the back half of lineup for Brownsburg, how they do. So great event. Obviously, definitely something I'm going to put on my calendar for next year. Maybe we can stream it. You can listen to me and somebody else, maybe Mike. I don't know.
Maybe we'll see.
So
it's actually my daughter's birthday weekend. So when you had originally asked me, I was hanging out. She was home from school and got to hang out with OC. So I mean, those are just the tough weekends.
You can take her to Indy.
Yeah, I'm sure.
In the Indy area. So
amateur official Andy Oberlin said it was not a penalty.
He's only an official online.
Okay. I mean, I couldn't remember the penalty. I just remember like he kind of got caught in a weird spot and then I'm getting pinned.
Yeah. Other events, anything else really big go down? Rochester over Rensselaer Central, battle of 1A, 3, and 4.
I think Rochester's pretty solid. They're a good squad, like top to bottom. They have a really good team.
Yeah, they have a couple newer. Grant Holloway is back after not wrestling last year. Jackson Robbins was a transfer from
like Caston, I believe.
Yeah.
And he wrestled my nephew at an event in the season. I was like, this is a high school kid. How's he wrestling my nephew who's a middle school kid? And he's pretty tough. He's really tough.
Yeah, he had a good spring and summer. So watch out for him. Sorry, Tristan, letting the cat out of the bag.
He's in the rankings. He was in the semi-state and state rankings.
Yeah. So the Lawrence North Super Duel had some good matches. Franklin went 5-0. Franklin and Delta. You had Jensen Boyd over John Vaughn. Let's see.
Yeah,
another good
Cameron Schofield over Carson Kaliamoko. If anyone in the comments wants to tell us how to say that, that's how I'm rolling with it right now.
Yeah, way better than I could. Mosier over Keegan Joaquin. There was the Lawrence North.
Michael White bumped up to wrestle
number 2, Kellen Fleur, and teched him. And I heard that he challenged the professor to a match, and the professor declined. Calicomo.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll have to. There's a way to put that on their profiles now. So yeah,
I'm
Lawrence
sure we're
North,
gonna figure out. He's really good. He's going to be in the mix.
With Maddox up at 13 for now, that really opens up 106 as a pretty good weight class. Stephen Hunter over Keegan Joaquin, John Vaughn over Caden Underwood, who was an 8th place finisher last year. So a lot of good matches there. I was going to say,
we might have got someone to take the spot at the Al Smith. It sounds like it went to an AD.
Nice. That's good. Jetson Boyd was back. He beat Eli Brody, teched him, majored Underwood, tech fall over John Vaughn. Vaughn's a Purdue Poly Tech transfer that is at Franklin now. So that was a good win for him. Mosier over Stephen Hunter and Keegan Joaquin. Trying to see if there's any other matches from there that were big. Reed Wicker over Luke Merchant. Vaughn over Underwood. Micah Tante over Eric Grady. Yeah, so some good matches there. You also had Capital City Classic. I assume I never even looked at the team scores, but I'm guessing. Oh, Franklin Central over Perry by 4 points. Franklin Central has a sneaky good team.
They do.
So the Brick and Roll invite. So not a whole lot big matches last week, other than obviously the one we spent a lot of time talking. But there was a nice little article.
What's the other one?
All the upsets.
What's the other like early preseason one that they always do? It's Capital City, is it John Hurley? Is it John Hurley this?
No, John Hurley was also Warren Central. Fisher's won that. Warren Central was there.
Yeah, it sounds like Fisher's had an unfortunate injury in the dual Westfield this week.
Yeah, sounds like Xavier Smith's out. He's putting in a lot of time. Done really well. Did enough to get a scholarship to wrestle at Purdue, and I think that's kind of where they're kind of leaning. Like, why you can wrestle with it, obviously. Whatever. I mean, it sounds like it's a knee injury. He could wrestle, but it's also, there are bigger things ahead, and so hopefully he heals up quick, and we'll get to see him on the college mats in next year.
Oh, Whiteland boys easily beat Franklin Central on Wednesday.
On this coming Wednesday or last Wednesday?
I didn't even see the results. Like I said, I haven't even seen those results.
It says Frank 43-26, so someone can put some details in there, maybe. Just asking for a friend. Let's see if there's anything. I don't know if there's going to be anything there, but let's see. Nope. Try that. Open event. Dual results. Nothing. Well, you got to put dual results in this to talk about it. So
yeah.
This week starting to get a little bit busier. Got a lot of good duels going on the next couple of days. Lowell gets to see their first action tonight against Kankakee Valley. I'm sure that's over by now. Avon Plainfield.
You're wrestling on Monday? That's brutal, man.
Avon and Plainfield are tomorrow. A new pal, Warren Central, is tomorrow. Crown Point Portage tomorrow night. That should be a good one over in the region.
Sure. I bet that'll be on Region Sports Network with Danny Bell on the call.
Belmont Snyder tomorrow.
I think Rex and Dane on the call for Belmont and Snyder.
Of course. New Haven and Homestead tomorrow night. So that should be that was a real good match last year. That should be a good one here. Hobart.
You gotta get Nick Duke on the call.
Got Coach.
I know.
You guys are ready. They gotta get some revenge. Whiteland and Columbus East tomorrow night or Wednesday.
That'd be a good one. It sounds like Columbus East or Whiteland's out here rolling people.
Yep, that should be a good one. You got the Sam Reason Bowl, Garrett versus East Noble on Wednesday, so that should be a good one. Maybe I'll head there Wednesday. If I don't have
There's some good matches in that.
Yeah. So pretty solid duels in the second week. Next week is really when it starts, the semi-official start of the season when things really start heating up. So that should be good. You have some other good events. The Edgewood Invite, Floyd Central, Indian Creek are there, Cascade, Seymour, Terre Haute North, Jasper, Ben Davis, some good matches there. The Red Hawks Super Duels has Belmont, Chesterton, Eastside.
Did they used to be a 10 team?
The Red Hawk ones, the Goshen one? I think it was. Do they not have 10?
Do we still do the War on the Wabash? We're not doing the Wabash War anymore?
No, the war is over on the Wabash.
The old muddy waters of the Wabash.
Yes. Yeah, I think the war is finally over. It was a long war. I don't know who won the last war. It's probably Harrison. So they might have
Harrison.
They own the Wabash.
What is Connor Cleveland going to be at when they wrestle Garrett? There's some good guys in those matches.
Yeah, that could be some good matches there.
Maybe a Ramon Sierra Connor Cleveland match.
Maybe. I'm hoping that we get a Poppy versus Reason match. I heard that might be going down.
Hair versus hair.
Yes. Oh man, I just let out the cat out of my bag. One of my top 5 matches I want to see at RAF. So yeah, you could have Cleveland. Well, How do we spell Connor? Because we have two of them, O-R or E-R. Well, we have someone that might know how to spell his name correctly. Kokendorfer, Pippinger. I could see a Riley Biddle, Carter Field match. That'd be a good one.
Yeah.
So, maybe we'll head up that way. So, hopefully we get the right spelling of Connor because we have two of them. I'm guessing it's the O-R.
Beer battle was a beer belly match. All right.
Con-or.
Okay. Let's get that fixed. We'll get that in there.
Oh, well, all I do is delete the ER one. So, the other duels, you have the Homestead Thanksgiving Turkey Classic, Central Noble, West Noble, Columbia City, Yorktown, Northside Heritage, Southern Wells, Angola, DeKalb, Homestead, Perry Meridian's B team. It's usually a pretty solid day. Wawa C duels. You also have the Gobbler. I don't know. I know like Center Grove and Brownsburg have sent some guys there, so that should be interesting to see how that goes. But kind of a light week. We always had to wrestle on Thanksgiving. We wrestled like 4 really good conference duels, so you're just making weight for the first time and right after Thanksgiving, and you have important conference duels. Really smart scheduling by the coaches there.
Is the Cathedral Super 6 not that weekend, or is it the next weekend?
That's next weekend.
Okay.
So, yeah.
They yeah, I think we didn't wrestle on Thanksgiving weekend. Thank goodness.
the one night that
not that we were getting to eat a lot, anyways. But
the one nice thing that Watkins did was not make you guys make weight 2 days after Thanksgiving.
He's my guy, so I hope he doesn't take this personally. You know, my man's wasn't missing Thanksgiving. No, I'm not missing Thanksgiving. So, but we used to always go to the Valpo Super Bowl. I was hoping Jason Cook, when he took back over the reins at Valpo High School, that he would bring back that 10-team Valpo Super Bowl. That was 2 days. It was like a meat grinder. I know like Central was in there and Warren Central. So that used to be a really tough tournament.
Nick's going to a basketball game over watching the Sam Reason Bowl. Come on. Dang. Man, I should ban him from the website. I'm not going to be able to look at him and get the same again.
He's a diversified fan.
Yeah. So that was the week that was. And anything else coming up this week?
Just Thanksgiving.
Yep, Thanksgiving. I'll be coming over your way on Thanksgiving, actually. So for at least a day. The back 40. Wow. Fancy. Ooh. So yeah, we got quite a few new number ones coming up this week. It's probably maybe tomorrow get some rankings. So
is it on the Thanksgiving, boys and girls?
18 tournaments. Nice. See, you speak and he shows up. So, yeah. So rankings state rankings will probably be tomorrow-ish sometime.
Yeah, I'll probably have them wrapped up. We'll probably have some of the new number ones and graphic ready to go. Wednesday by the latest, so everyone can relax and then can just be upset about all the rankings on Thanksgiving. You can sit around the table.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Columbia City girls tournament this weekend. That's going to be another. That was real good last year. Forgot to mention much about that one. They're trying to make that like the Al Smith of girls wrestling. That should be a real good one. Girls wrestling's they're getting after it now. They also have the Gobbler girls.
Man,
not much going on girls wise.
They listened to the Dane and Rex show yesterday as I was sitting on weight. I listened to the episode from 2 weeks ago. Those girls events are huge. Like there's a lot of teams that go there. They were talking about like some of the teams are already having these huge tournaments. It was pretty wild.
Yeah. So might end up going over there this weekend. I don't know.
That's what Nick Duke's gonna have for Thanksgiving, an old style of black and mild.
I
Bro, I like it. Pour one out. Pour one out for the homies, Nick.
Oh, geez. So yeah, rankings. All the semi-states came out late last week, so we got your fix for that. Those will probably be about another week before any major changes. Probably, I would say after next week, we'll see some changes in those. Then they'll get a little bit more regular, just so you guys know. State rankings probably this week, and then probably a little bit, probably not next week, I'd assume, unless there's some major changes.
What was the? I know they're asking about the Whiteland girls. Clearly number one in both polls. That's a Dane question.
Yeah, I know there's a big the Mooresville event this weekend had a lot of the top girls in there. I put in all the results, but I did not look at the brackets. The Mooresville, they had a lot of. It was Mooresville won over Carmel, Anderson, Riverton Park. Was that the first place? Oh, first place. There it is. Mooresville over Hamilton Southeastern. So I do not believe Whiteland was there, but you had quite a few good teams there. You had Mooresville, obviously, Columbus East, Crown Point, Jay County, Mount Vernon Posey, and Perry. Perry has a pretty good girls team, it looks like. So
there's CP Maryville tomorrow for DAC. That'd be a good one. That's always I know Maryville has a strong girls team. I know Crown Point has a really strong girls team, obviously.
Man, how many matches is Reason having tomorrow? He got Fitch, he's got Poppy. Jeez. So we're gonna do our ranking.
Yeah, we can go for it. I think we can jump right in there.
Okay, so share screen. Let's see if I can make sure I get I gotta put my matches on the different screen so I can.
Man, that Josh Riddleton throwing out some strong or smashed 1 and 3 this week. Man, when you start saying stuff like that, sometimes that comes back and gets you.
Okay, so I will share out my screen. Mike and Joe ranks.
Mike and Joe ranks. These are dream matchups or matchups that we'd want to see at the. How was it worded? Because mine are more all over the place. These are matchups that probably aren't going to happen. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. So hold on. Let me hide this from the screen so that we can fit. There we go. How did I do this last week?
I'm just on the girls results on USA Bracketing, and they have 2 Mooresville girls team duels, and one is team duels DUELS. They're out there 15 paces or what?
Yeah, probably. So, these are the top 5, maybe more, matches we would like to see at the Real American Freestyle in Fishers on December